If you run into an issue and you sewed something incorrect, or you found that your stitches look funny, they're just not right, what you'll need to do is go ahead and grab your seam ripper. Seam rippers do have a pretty sharp point, so you want to be careful. Most of them will have a cap to put on there. I'm going to go ahead and take the stitching out that we've already put into the fabric. You notice that the beginning and the end, there's a back stitch, so there's extra stitching in there too that makes it a little more complicated. So my method I like to do is come to the middle here. I've opened it up ever so slightly. I'm going to take my seam ripper and I'm going to come underneath the stitch and gently pull up on it. Never really force the seam ripper to try to rip a stitch. That could potentially rip your fabric. When we're ripping out a back stitch, it will take a little longer because it has to go through some extra layers of stitching. And I gently pull it. So put your seam ripper underneath the stitch, pull up on it until it rips, and gently pull. Put your seam ripper underneath the stitch, gently pull up, and then pull. And you can see I'm actually opening up a couple of stitches at a time when I do this. So seam ripper underneath the stitch, pull up, and then it rips. Especially once I get past the back stitch, it's going to rip a lot faster. And I'll go all the way down. And always just make sure your hands are out of the way, never in front of the seam ripper. And we got back to the end where the back stitch is. And open that up. There you go. So we fixed our stitches. It will leave some of these thready bits behind, so you do want to make sure you clean that up so your project doesn't look messy. Okay, and that's seam ripping.